Right.
Going in progress. I figured we'd get on here like we did last time and just kind of chat for a little bit, live here on the Facebook or whatever, like we normally do before our interviews or before our guests come, just to warm up
Right.
a little bit. So we're gonna get it started here. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to an exclusive edition of Renegade Radio, exclusively here on the Renegade Radio podcast. Uh, Normally we have our group of people that we did yesterday for the show, but once in a while, and lately when we do interviews and stuff, we normally I just have Sam come by, be my moderator, and moderate the interview, just so you can get a taste of what I'm doing, and what since this was technically our podcast in the beginning anyway. Wanted people to see what we're doing and stuff, and whatnot. So I'm Frankie SLAWSON along with Screamin Sam. Tonight we have a very special guest. We actually going to have a friend on as well on the show, Bill Kinison on as well. But tonight we're interviewing Randy Hansen. And
Yeah.
Sam, what do you know about Randy Hansen?
Just that he was on Sam's Family Entertainment Hour. He sang with the band and played the guitar with Randy.
So you guys have never met at all, ever?
Never met at all. Never. No.
Because you told me that you knew a lot of Sam's friends and you hung out with some of his friends back in the day, so I didn't know if Randy was one of
Like
them.
the comedy part of the of Sam, I was Ron. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But as far as like Randy Hansen and stuff like that, no, I never talked to him, never met him. And this should be interesting because
Dude,
I get to meet him.
yeah, this will be something interesting then, because this will be, you know, I mean,
One up on my books.
yeah. I mean, the thing about it, it's like it's kind of exciting because the fact that we can bring this together exclusively on Renegade Radio, that we're bringing
Right, right.
it together. And I thought, getting you interested in this, getting Bill interested in this, because I don't know when the last time he and Bill ever chatted. And I just thought, what would be a great way to honor Sam on the week of his birthday? You said what, December 8th is his birthday?
Yes.
Yeah. So what a better way to honor his birthday, his memory here? By doing something like this. I was trying to figure out a way that we could do it, and I think this was the best way that I could come up with anyway.
Right. Yeah, I
Unless
think it'll be good.
you could come up with a better way, but I mean,
No,
but you got obviously,
Sam's birthday's this Friday,
yeah.
so that worked out perfect. It's too bad we couldn't get a couple more of his friends on here, but had I thought about his birthday, I probably would have pulled another guest or two, maybe.
Sure.
You know, but I'm thinking I want to run this by you real quick. It doesn't matter if the audience hears it, but I want to do like an exclusive interview with Bill and Sherry
Oh,
Kinison.
sure.
You
Yeah,
know,
Sherry never. She's like always behind the scenes all the time. Seems like
right,
every time he does something. I
right.
I have been paying attention more to Bill's his according to Kinison or Gospel according to Kinison show lately, just because of him being a part of our show. And boy, he really gets intense when it comes to delivering his message. I tell you what, he's like those old school preachers from back in the day. I'm just
Exactly.
like in your face. That's what I want my preacher to be. Somebody who's like in my face and tell me why I should believe what's going on. And maybe I would be if that actually happened to me. Because our priests never were like that. Not Catholic priests. Go to the Lord. They try to be like that as a way to kind of control you and everything, try to tell you how to live and whatever. But and live by our ways, but they never got in your face, like really got into it. Like they were the
Right.
spirit really alive. And I don't know. I love
Well,
stuff.
I grew up in a Catholic church, and I never liked the part that it's like staged every week. Like it's the same thing. Let's sit, let's stand, let's shake hands, kneel, this, that.
Oh,
You know,
sure.
you go to a preach, you go to a Baptist church or something. They're just having fun. I mean, I believe that because that's what God wants you to do. Where I think that I'm sorry, the Catholic Church, I just think it's boring. And I was a big church goer. I played guitar in church, and I never got into it, man. I never got into the. I just I tell people I grew up Catholic, but I'm a Christian. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I read my Bible every day. I do what I do. I pray a lot. And, but you know, it's different. I mean, like we used to have to wear a tie back in when I was a kid. I mean, you were
Sure.
forced to do stuff. And let me tell you something about also kids of preacher men. You know what I mean? Now you know back in the day with Screaming Sam show, we used to have porn stars and strippers and stuff come on. And let me tell you something. I bet 75% of the porn stars we had on our show, their parents were preachers. It's
Yeah, you're
because they
probably
were
right about
so
that.
tied up in that deal. I guess they just let loose when they turn 18. I mean, it's a shame to say, but it's the truth. It's the
Yeah.
truth.
Well, I know a lot of people who maybe who aren't like in that industry, but who probably could be, you know, or so stuck up, you know, who are supposed to be so good because they feel they're so much better than you because they went to church and everything. And it's like that's not
Right.
what you're supposed to be
That's
about.
that's bull crap.
Yeah, like
Too many people are hypocrites, you know what I mean?
uh-huh.
I
I mean,
like Bill because Bill tells it like the way he sees it. I mean, he ain't like he has a script he reads off of and you know what I mean? It's not the same stuff every week. It's
it just
different every week. And the
it
guy
feels
gets
like
excited.
yeah,
He
it
gets
feels like
excited.
yeah, he gets to really like, and then I get excited and the viewer gets excited because it's like he's really getting you into it and everything, you
Right.
know.
That's what I tell people. And they said, you go to church? I go, no, I listen to Bill Kinison on the weekends because that's who brings me up. You know what I mean? That's who like
Yeah.
makes me like you said, could you imagine us going to a Sam Kinison one where he used to get, you know what I mean? Or even
Sure,
Richard Kinison. These
sure.
guys were off the chart. And I know Bill, if he wasn't in front of that camera like that and we saw him on stage, I think Bill would be exactly like those guys.
Oh, absolutely,
He's
absolutely.
contained behind that camera, and I see him once in a while wants to jump out of that seat or
Yeah.
jump out behind that pool and start saying it, man. You know,
Well, because it's like, you know, when he's drinking his big mug or whatever, of coffee or water or whatever it is that he's drinking, you know, to get him going. It's like I'm just waiting for him just to like accidentally like throw it at the camera or whatever, just to let Jesus heal you and everything, you know. And then Sherry's like, "Oh, damn it, you ripped the camera! Don't get me all wet. I'm trying to heal you, Sherry. Come on, I'm healing
right? Oh, it's probably great, dude. It's like
you."
I'm telling you, it's one of a kind. Hey,
Yeah, so they're
can you send
coming.
me a link? Can you send me a link to my thing so I can share it on my page? That way,
Yeah, no
I
problem, no
can't
problem.
share it on your page. It ain't shareable.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like that. I try to figure that out too, and you know, like I know, like going back to like the if I when I post it on like my website or whatever, then it's fine, or on my Facebook page. But for some reason, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know. It's fucked up. It is fucked up, dude.
Right?
I went to the bar today and I went and saw Tina or Tanya, Mama T at the bar. Oh, hold on. I said the wrong links. Hold on. Hold on,
Okay.
maybe. Did I say the wrong link? No, I said the right link. Or see
Oh,
posts.
that's good.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I saw that's yeah. Should be the right one there.
But
Uh I went to the bar and saw Mama T today and she fed me some good old mashed potatoes and soup and man, she really knows how to cook. She cooks really good over there.
oh
I'm
yeah,
busy all the time, yeah. I mean, she's always making something. Most time when I come down there, it's later in the day or whatever, because we're really close. I mean, it's like a 10-minute drive,
oh
and
yeah.
yeah, it's kind of fun to just to go down there and see how she's doing and see how Bob's doing. And Bob just being Bob, you know. I asked him, I said, "Well, how come you don't make an appearance on our podcast sometimes or whatever, or like more often?" Because I would love him to if he's around, but he's always busy. He's always trying to come up with new ideas of what he can do for the bar. He's always thinking about like what he can do for like he's a musician, so he's always creating, constantly creating all the time
Right.
new songs. He has a
Well, in the
but
bar business, you have to be like that too. You know what I mean? If you want your bar to
sure.
be successful, I guess.
Well, like for musician wise, anyway, he bought himself a Mac, like an iMac. You ever used one of those before?
Uh,
Oh my God! I mean, you know, they're all right, but I don't know. I'm a Windows guy. You know, I as far as computers go, because I think Windows is just better. But
Right.
he goes to the Macs and he buys the expensive MacBooks and everything, and he knows how to record, he knows how to use the software and everything. It's pretty amazing how he records his songs and then like records the instruments and tracks that he does and how many tracks he actually uses and how different it sounds when he fades one into another and blah 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 blah. He got
Right.
some pretty good studio over there in Macintosh. You know, I really believe it's a one of a kind because there ain't really nobody else around that's doing stuff like that. You know,
All right.
constantly.
I'm gonna say
Because
happy birthday to Darren Foss. You know Darren Foss?
oh yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
he turned 50 last Saturday. We're gonna say happy birthday to him.
He was yeah he just had a birthday not too long ago.
Yeah.
Uh, I know him because he's from Stryquist, the little city of Stryquist. You think Brooks is a small town? Well, I think Stryquist is probably it's maybe the same size. Maybe I don't know. It's the way it's laid out. It looks like it's smaller.
He just wrote a joke. What's the cheapest meat? Deer bowl, under a buck. They're under a buck.
Oh, goodness. Wow, good job there. Well, anyway, yes, it is the week of Sam Kinison's birthday, and you know, it just kind of worked out that we were able to do something like this because uh, next week for the show, I got us well, you know, and this is something that Sam doesn't like, but we do it anyway just to piss Sam off, you know.
Yeah, why not?
uh, we got not one but two guests lined up for next week.
What am I gonna do with you?
Well, hey, I mean, what the heck? It's it's part of the show, a 2 hour show, right? We can fill 2 hours. Yep, absolutely. We
I didn't
got
sign a contract. I didn't sign no contract for 2 hours.
you signed a contract for 5 hours, actually. Yeah, 5 hours and 69 minutes there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna send the link right here to these guys here.
I think I might have to send bills to
Just
his his email or his text. I mean,
yeah, that's fine. Do whatever you gotta do. You need it. You need it again, the actual link, or
well, let me see if I get off
I know
the
you guys do.
hold on a second.
Yeah, because I
Should I use
got
the link you gave on the what the heck?
send it to you. Share. Right here. I'll just resend it to you just
Okay.
and then you can do whatever. So obviously he knows how to get in. It could take him a little bit too, but that's fine. We'll surprise Randy either way. I think Randy will be surprised by just seeing you because if he never met you before, it's like this will be exciting
Did
because
did you tell him about me at all?
I said there's somebody that knows Bill Kinison, and that's it. But I didn't.
Okay.
I want to leave it a surprise. Because
Right.
he's you, he might think that Sam's actually still alive. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he might be that
Well,
tripped out, you never know. I mean, he knows Sam passed away, but sometimes you just never know. You know, it's like some people, if you haven't seen somebody in a long time, they're probably thinking, wait a minute, I thought you died.
yeah.
You should just
Well,
go full face
the
on.
thing is, I don't really look like Sam with a beard and that, but like I said before, I was trying not to do that, but I mean, it
Well,
happens, you know.
it's okay for today. I mean, see, this is the thing about it, man. You need to embrace what Sam would look like currently right now. You don't
That's
need
what
to
Bill
look
said.
like
Remember, he said
yeah,
that
yeah.
night.
You don't need to worry about what he looked like 30 years ago. You're talking. I mean, he's older than you, so I mean, you're at the right age. You're fine.
And that was
That
only 20 years, that picture, you jerk. You said 30.
well, whatever. I mean, still, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's still the fact that you look just like him. You were in the picture right behind you, the same one or the different one. I mean,
That's
it's
about
still
20 years ago.
yeah, I mean, that's amazing. That's just like that's still mind-boggling every time I see it, and that's gonna trip him out because he's a trippy guy, man. He's a
That's
hip.
why I figured I'd put that up on the internet. And I'll show him the other picture I have too, you know what I mean?
He's probably gonna be like, "Man, I thought you died. We thought you died, and it was so horrible. And why didn't you get a hold of me after you were fine and everything?"
Yeah.
I imagine you playing
Sorry.
off
Sorry.
that. Sorry, I am busy. I got a wife and kids now.
Oh,
Imagine that, I tell you. No, I just think this was cool because, I watched that Family Entertainment Hour special just the other day because it's on YouTube and it just cracks me up. The guy was just getting clean and everything, and he just try to make his life better again, and then something fucked it up.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the guy that drunk driver anyway? Is he still around or is he?
Well, the deal with he's around. He was around, I guess, but the thing is, when it first happened, he was going around bragging about it. That he killed Sam Kinison or whatever. But when they went to court, all he got was, I think, community service or something, or some bullshit because he was underage, or he was,
Yeah.
yeah, he didn't get nothing big on that,
So
which I think he should have.
So he's still a free guy then, what you're saying? You never got like jail?
He's a real dickhead. Just like Malika said in one of the interviews, here we are sitting at our dinner table without our loved ones, while you're sitting at your dinner table still with your family, laughing about what you did or something. She said something like that. Jesus. But yeah, I don't like the green screen on this Zoom. It cuts in and out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's different on phones because on mine it seems to be fine depending on how far I sit back or whatever.
Yeah, when you move, it doesn't like go through you.
Yeah, a little bit, and that's fine. I mean, last night the snow was going on my crotch, and I was just like, oh, I hope people aren't looking. It's falling down. It's like, oh, how nice, It's like all twinkly right on my crotch there.
I'm gonna try something real quick before they come on.
Okay.
If I turn this sideways,
then you're sideways, pretty much. Then I gotta do this like this, and my neck hurts when I gotta do that.
Okay, well that didn't work.
Now you're the other way.
No way.
Now you're this way.
Why did that do that?
I don't know. You're experimenting, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'd rather do it now than when they're on.
Yeah. It's always good to test things, that's for sure.
Yeah, what the hell just happened?
Now you're now. Well, let's see.
I don't understand this. This is blowing my mind, dude.
Yeah.
I guess I should let it go.
Well, yeah. I mean, you should have never done that. Now I know where you're. Now you're behind the.
I might have to get back on and come back in.
Maybe.
Can't straighten out. Hold on a second. Let me do something real quick.
Hi, Bill. How's it going there?
I screwed my picture up.
Well, it's not a big loss, John.
Oh, there you go. Hey.
It's not like we're looking at Matthew McConaughey or something.
I thought we were. No, he just popped up on the screen. You did. We're looking at you now, Bill.
Hey, Bill, is that your biggest fan up top of you?
What? Do you use a computer? Who? What'd you say?
Your fan, is that your biggest fan above your head? I can't see you.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, I see. I'm sorry, brother. All right.
Yeah, now we can see you.
All right, I thought this was going to be easy, but I already see we're getting into technical crap.
Well, it's all right. Hey, Bill, well, we were thinking because it's a week of Sam's birthday. That how great would this be for you guys to get together? I don't know when the last time you spoke with Randy at all or whatever, but
I talked to him right before he died.
And that was the last, right before
that's back in 19. I don't know who this guy you have on here is.
I'm an imposter.
Oh, okay. No, I'm talking about Randy, not Sam. I'm talking about Randy.
I was too.
Oh, okay. So it's been a long time then. So he I'm sure he'll remember you. Hopefully, anyway. I guess he'll be surprised anyway. That's for sure.
Hey, Bill. We were just talking about your preaching and how, we grew up Catholic and everything, and how everything was so staged in the Catholic Church. And I said to Frankie that if you could jump out behind that podium, you'd be running around like a nut, wouldn't you? If you were up on stage or something. You look
Would
like
I?
you want to jump out of your suit and
Oh
start
yeah,
screaming.
yeah. I couldn't stand still.
I know.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
You barely stand still when you're preaching this on your house. You know, see you move around and yelling and screaming. I watched on Sunday, this past Sunday, by your Christmas tree and everything. I'm surprised that you don't grab that thing of water that you drink or whatever and get so intense and you actually throw it at your wife or whatever. That says, I'm trying to heal you, honey. I'm trying to heal you.
well, that's holy water. I'm afraid that it would, like, blisters and stuff would rise up on it.
Yeah, well, you're drinking that though. It's whatever you're drinking. Are you drinking that holy water?
So he drinks iced tea, don't you, Bill? Or
Well, whichever that big bug
No,
is.
I don't. I just drink iced tea.
Oh, okay.
That's what I
Well, iced tea then, throw it right on the camera because you're really getting intense.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then I'd be moving in with John or you or somebody.
We want to do like 1 week. We want to do an exclusive interview with you and your wife together.
Well, now that would be interesting. I don't know if we've ever done one together.
That would be cool. First time
Yeah,
ever
it would.
on my show.
It would. Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
Yep, I
because
wanna
she
do
knows behind the scenes all the time, and we hear her voice, but we never really see her at all. And it's
Right.
like,
Well,
We
she
wanna
was
show-
on there last. If you'd have stayed and watched the whole thing, you'd have seen her because she came
We've
on
seen her.
camera.
I did.
We've seen
I
her.
did see her.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah, I stayed for the whole thing.
But listen,
I watched it while I was at work. I was at
she did that for her boyfriend.
Because you do it on Sundays. I watch it at work at the casino when I go to work at about 2:00, and I put her on and watch it. Never been told to turn it down yet once at all. So. I'm not in the casino itself. I'm in the key control area room, so it's like in the security office. I'm not in the casino floor watching.
Yeah.
But
Well, for the people watching, we got Bill Kinison on. If you don't know who Bill Kinison is, he's a famous preacher, one of my best friends, and he's the brother of Sam Kinison, folks. I mean, you don't get any better than this. But,
Well, there just went 83% of your crowd just went, I'm out of here.
was he the guy that was here a few weeks ago? It's like,
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and we got after everybody about them leaving. Everybody seemed like they had the wrong information or something. It's like you didn't have to leave a bill. Yeah. So hopefully next time we get you on when we're on the show that they'll stick around because you're a big deal to us anyway. So regardless if you think that or not, we love you. And that's why I wanted to include you in this interview because it's like nostalgic, and you'll feel nothing but nostalgia. And afterwards,
we definitely love you. We definitely love you,
when is Randy supposed to come on?
about 6:30. So another about 10 minutes,
Oh, okay.
maybe, or
Yeah.
8 minutes, or
No, I haven't seen Randy in a long time.
okay.
One of the greatest guitar players I know.
Yeah, we were. I watched the special, the Family Entertainment Hour special. Just get ready for this.
Yeah, he was on there. Yeah.
Oh man, it was a good time. I had my surround sound on, and it was just jamming. And then Sam, I didn't realize how good of a singer he really was too. And he could have probably done more of if he was still been alive. He really was good.
He's almost as good as I am.
Almost.
Bill heard me sing, huh, Bill?
Yeah, I have. Actually, I heard you sing to about 1,500, 2,000 people.
Yep.
Yep. Up there at
Wow,
that
thing.
saloon or whatever that was next door.
Yeah, Joe Santana.
Yeah, that was it. Oh boy, yeah, that was the band.
Right.
I'm still good friends with him, man. We
Yeah,
still
he's a
talk
good
all the
guy.
time on Facebook. He is a good guy.
He's a good
Yeah.
dude, man. Yeah. I ran into him after that deal. We ran into him at Daytona.
Oh yeah,
You know
he
what
would
I
be
mean?
there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I heard, honest to God, we all pulled up on our Harleys. We're standing in this parking lot, and I hear this band, and I told my friends, that guy sounds familiar. I think that's my buddy. We went in there. They gave me a little time on stage to do the comedy act, and then I did the singing, Wild Thing, and everyone went nuts, dude.
Oh,
Went
yeah.
nuts.
We do
Yeah.
hear some background noise though. If you're, is that your TV on there, Bill?
Well, yeah, I gotta watch something when it gets boring.
Oh, it won't get boring, Bill.
Oh, really? He's on.
No, this
Hey.
this is manager Kevin. How's it going, Kevin?
Oh, all's good, man. How about yourself?
Oh, we're doing great. Say hi to Screaming Sam and say hi to your old pal Bill or Bill Kinison.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Sam.
How you doing?
Is it?
All's
Is
good.
this Randy?
No, this is Kevin, but Randy's about to
Oh,
be
okay,
on.
Kevin. All right.
He's yeah, he doesn't know the Zoom stuff, so I had to. Here we go. Okay, let me put this on here, and here's Randy.
There it is. Hey, what's up, man? How's it
Hey,
going?
how you doing?
Good to see you again. It's been a couple years since the last time we spoke. How you been?
I'm telling you, this guy's an imposter. Randy Hansen died in 2019. I was at his deathbed,
You were?
and I remember he looked up at me, and he said, "I'm going to go see Gavin, Bill." And I go, "Well, it's going to be a hot place then."
Yeah.
What are you doing, Randy?
Oh, and just hanging out. We just got finished rehearsing.
I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. It's been years.
Yeah, you too, man.
We had some good times, didn't we?
Yeah, Bill, definitely. It was
That's
crazy,
awesome.
I talked about it. People say, someone just said to me last night, what was it like playing with Sam or hanging with Sam Kinison? I said, it was dangerous.
Yeah, and I had my hands full with all of you, but I loved you.
It was really fun though. I was one of the funniest and fun times of my life. Definitely.
I bet it
you know
was.
what? You know what? I thought that the best I ever seen you was at Sturgis. Remember playing up there at Buffalo Chips?
When I climbed the fence and everything.
Yeah. And you was playing the guitar with your teeth.
Yeah, I remember that naked chick riding on the back of a Harley. She's riding on the back of a Harley, and her 14-year-old son is driving the damn thing.
Yeah. Is that?
And it was before they let anybody in. That was Buffalo Chip.
All I remember is they had a gal while you were playing. Actually, before Sam ever came out there, they had a gal they were passing through the crowd.
Yeah.
And that was stark naked.
Yeah.
And so at the end, now the people don't understand that the security up in Sturgis at Buffalo Chips is Hell's Angels.
Right.
Oh my God.
That was our security.
Right.
And so after the show was over, they had this trailer, because it's different than it was now. Back now you got like restaurants, everything else. But back in those days, remember they had these pop-ups and they were selling crap. And
yeah.
And
Ryder truck.
Yeah.
Ryder truck. There were people who were hanging out in the back of the Ryder, because they were all unloaded. So there was a lot of space, and they were just going in there and smoking weed and putting and putting it down, and then they'd open it up and it was like, Spicoli, what are you doing? Like there's clouds of smoke would roll out of the back of the thing. I remember there was one of those naked chicks was back there in the back of one of those trucks. And we're all in there smoking weed, and there's this naked chick back there. And I'm just going like, this is the strangest thing. I can't believe what goes on here. I had no idea that Sturgis was like that.
Oh, I love it.
Is. And then some.
Wasn't that like the 50th? Wasn't that like the 50th?
That was the 50th anniversary, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we had been there. Sam and I had never been to Sturgis.
I remember I had a videotape, because I had a video camera back then, and I remember there was a part on there where Sam is looking. All you guys were on this corner of the stage watching me and Sam came around and saw me on the top of the fence, and he just started busting up laughing.
Well, he comes out, and it was my idea, because we had taken a band with us on some tour, and of guys that Sam had put together. And so now we've been working with Randy, and we're getting ready to go up to Sturgis. And I had heard from the Woody that owned it, from Buffalo Chips, that Sam's not going to be able to get through his stuff. And so I said, well, so I told Sam, I said, well, then screw these other guys, man. Why don't you just bring Randy and his band up here? They're the ones that play for you, and they know your music and everything else.
Yeah. And we jam
so,
with Sam there too. So
yeah. And so we brought Randy and his band. Well, they get out, and let's see. No, I think Sam performed before you did, didn't he? Or was it the other way around?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure about the order. I just remember Sam trying to tell his jokes, and he kept on getting interrupted by the bikers starting their bikes up.
Yeah, instead of laughing, they would crank up their bikes.
Yeah.
If Sam said something funny, you'd hear this because you had 30,000 bikes there.
Yeah.
And so anyhow, Sam's up there, and so he comes over to the side of the stage, and I told Randy, I said, man, you guys got to stick around because I don't think Sam's going to go long on his routines here. So he comes over and he goes, dude, I can't get through my stuff. And I said, they just wanted you to show up, man. Bring Randy and his band out here and just jam the rest of the night. And that's what you guys did.
Yeah.
Well,
that's awesome.
That was really a strange night, but but a very fun night. But also, it's like I felt like I was getting my cherry popped or something,
Well,
really,
we got to get back to this gal. So they're up there and they're playing. Well, they're passing this gal around, and she hadn't got a stitch of clothes on, and they're passing her around, and so when the show's over, the security, which is the Hells Angels, they bring this gal back to Sam. We're in a trailer because they don't have like buildings, and we're in a trailer. They bring this gal back, so we all leave and give Sam some privacy. And about a minute later, he's outside. And so I'm going, dude, you already took care of business? He said, took care of business. He said, man, when I saw her hands, it looked like she'd been working on a car all day. and he goes, I'm not going back in there. And I go, well, we're not going back in there. That was a fun time.
No, she probably had her bike parked somewhere. That lady that was on that one Harley, I mean, that looked like, I'm pretty sure that was her Harley. She might have been the same lady.
Might have been.
She had really long blonde hair, and I just went, wow, Lady Godiva on a Harley Davidson.
That's one of the best times I ever had with Sturgis.
Oh, yeah.
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 And I remember they had a Suzuki strung up like, with a noose from a tree and set it on fire.
Yeah, they didn't like anything but Harleys up there.
Yeah, it was great.
And I drove a scooter.
Sam,
you did.
Really, Sturgis. I really think Sturgis should be on everybody's bucket list.
I do too, man.
Me too. I agree. Sam, Screaming Sam, you should tell Kevin about yourself, or not Kevin, but Andy about yourself.
Yeah, just so you can say that's America, buddy, right there.
Yeah. We can talk about it, but if you've never been to Sturgis, we can't make it exactly like it is because it's something you got to experience.
Oh, absolutely.
Every time's different.
Yeah, it really is.
Screaming Sam, you should tell Randy about yourself and who you are.
Hey, Randy, I used to be a tribute artist to Sam Kinison.
Wow, cool.
That's me in the background.
Is it really?
Yeah, this is me, right? This is when I did it.
You look exactly like him.
I don't know if you can see. That's me.
Wow, what a trip. That's a total trip.
First time I met him was a trip.
Very interesting story.
Wow.
So this is what Sam would look like if he was old.
Except that I think you'd still have more hair than him.
You know, I asked Sam one time, you know, what was the first joke you ever told on a stage? And he told me it was this joke. He said, he was at the, you know, where was he? He was the
Probably
doorman.
down in Houston.
He was the
Oh, the
doorman.
doorman, that was at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, he was at
Yeah.
the Comedy Store, and he was asking, I think Mitzi, is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was asking her to, you know, finally he was always begging her to let him on, you know. And
Yeah.
so she finally said, she finally said, okay, you're on. But it was like 4 a.m,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and there's
Yeah.
all these drunks in there, you know, and they're not really laughing anymore. He goes, the best you could get out was a little, you know, titter. and so he went up there and he said, this is the first joke I told. He goes, he said, I wonder if you people out here, if you had somebody do something for you that was really nice. I mean, really nice. It was so nice. You just never forgot him for it, you know? And well, I want you to think about that person for a minute. And when you get his name or her name or whoever it is, I want you to get out a piece of paper and a pen. And I want you to take out a piece of paper and I want you to write down that name. Okay. And when all of you are through, I want you all to pass those pieces of paper up here to me so I can take them home and wipe my ass with them.
I forgot about that.
He said
Yeah,
that was the first
The
joke
people
he
that
told.
meant most to you, mom and
Yeah,
dad.
yeah.
Write their name down. I want to wipe mine with it.
Yeah, he said they just lost it right then. And then she said, okay, you got to keep that screams shit in. You got to keep screaming like that. That was great, you know. And the way that the way that you told that joke was just like, bam, you know. Really
Yeah.
That's
hit him
awesome.
hard. I heard a great joke. I don't know. You probably heard it. It was a farmer comes in to his bedroom and his wife's in bed and he's got a sheep under his arm. And the wife looks at him and says, no, he looks at his wife and he says, this is a pig I've been fucking. And then she says, that's not a pig, that's a sheep. And he goes, shut up, I'm talking to the sheep.
What the?
Oh God, Brandon.
I love that joke. I just think that's just great.
Yeah, that's I love it. That's a good joke.
I think
You
Sam
remember-
would have loved that one.
You remember Gavin Menzies?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've known him for years. I know he committed
Oh,
suicide.
I did too. I did
Yeah.
too. He,
Yeah.
Kramer, and you was on that tour actually, and Kramer endorsed us, and then they gave Sam a custom-made guitar at the end with his face on it.
Yeah, I remember that guitar. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well I had a friend, and he was interested in buying the guitar, and I go, I'm not selling the guitar, and he goes, no, there's another guy online that says he has the guitar, and I'm going, who? Said some guy named Gavin, and so he wanted $10,000 for it, and so I go, well, dude,
He
first,
didn't have it though, he didn't have it though, did he?
well, I stopped it, but he was going to sell it. And then so when I get a hold of him, he tells me, because I go, where did you get this guitar at? And he goes, well, Sam didn't like the first one. The neck was too big or too little or something. And so he wanted me to get a hold of him to send another guitar to him.
Baloney.
And we never knew about it. We never knew about it.
Wow.
Sam and I never knew that he had ordered another. The only way I found out is I called Kramer, who's out of business. But I asked him, I said, who designed Sam's guitar? And so they gave me his number and I called the guy. So he's the one that told me, you know, what happened, that this Gavin said he was Sam's manager and Sam didn't. He wanted a Kramer with a little less or whatever. But make a long story short, I get a hold of Gavin. And I'm going, Gavin, you got a guitar for sale? And he goes, yeah. You know, Sam gave it to me. I said, Sam couldn't stand you. And he goes, well, that's, you know, that's because I was staying clean and I said, I don't care what it was. He couldn't stand you. So first,
Yeah.
he never would have gave you a custom made guitar. And then knowing Sam and Randy knows, he never would have signed his own guitar.
That's right. There's no way. There's no way.
There's no way. Sam's ego wouldn't let him do that. And so then he hooked me up with a guy you probably know, Howard Lease.
Yeah.
Because Sam was using Howard's red guitar. Well, Gavin is thinking I'm really stupid, so he gets Howard on there, and Howard goes, "No, Bill, that's my guitar." And I go, "Howard, we're not talking about a Kramer. We're talking, you're talking about your guitar." And I told Gavin to give it back to you because that belonged to you. And then he goes, "Well, then I'm out." And so I told him, I said, "Dude, if I see this thing for sale one more time, I'm gonna take legal action against you." And then I don't know, it had to be a couple years later. He probably died, or he died. I know, but it had to be like a couple years later.
Yeah, yeah, he committed suicide.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he shot himself.
I had no idea, man.
He shot him in his family's house, at his dad's house. He shot himself.
Yeah, he was living with his mom. I knew that.
But Gavin he's the strangest cat, because he would act like for a minute, he'd act like, oh, he's all nice and very catering and everything. and then all of a sudden, the worst thing you could possibly imagine would come out of his mouth, where you just want to go, "What the fuck?" And I go, "Did you just say what I think you said? Did you call me? What did you call me? Or something like that. You just call me an idiot." I go like, fucking, he called me up one time and he wanted me. This is weird too, because now you're talking about Howard Lease. Howard Lease had Steve Miller's "Fly Like an Eagle" guitar.
Oh, did he?
Fly Like an Eagle guitar. And he showed it to me, right? And then he was off in LA or something. He calls me up and he says, "Hey," because I was living in his house. He says, "I want you to go get that Fly Like an Eagle guitar out of such and such closet and get it out here and pack it full of Heart t-shirts and then send it to this address." And so I did exactly that, right? But before I did, I played it. I plugged in all my gear and played it, because I just wanted to see how it plays.
Yeah.
And so I sent it off, and then about 2 weeks later, I'm going to the Bohemian Grove. Do you know the Bohemian Grove?
Yeah.
So I'm at the Bohemian Grove, and I meet Steve Miller, and he's like, we're talking. And I go, "Man, I can't believe I'm talking to you right now. Just 2 weeks ago, I was playing your guitar." And he goes, "Oh yeah, what guitar was that?" And I said, "The Fly Like an Eagle guitar from your cover." And he grabbed me by my shirt and he goes, "Tell me everything you know."
Wow.
Like that.
No way.
And I said, "Okay, well, Howard Lease had it." He goes, "Howard Lease, huh? Okay. Yeah, go on." And I said, "Yeah." And I said, he says that he bought it off of this guy from a music store. Later on, I put this together. What Howard Lease did is, I was at the studio, the record plant in San Francisco, when Steve Miller was there. I was there with Buddy Miles recording, and Hart was there, and Jefferson Starship. These four bands were recording in that day. Well, that guitar was where it turned up missing from, and that's where Hart was that day, and and then it turns up at Howard's house, right? Well, this is how I know. That guitar came, according to the music store owner, who is a friend of mine. That guitar showed up at his store as just a left-hander. But a week before that, Howard had been in the store and said, "Hey, if I'm looking for a left-handed Strat, preferably black with a maple neck. If you see something like that, I'm really interested in something like that. I'd love to have a guitar that looked like that." And then a week later, this guy shows up with it, right? And then, but he just thinks it's a left-hander, blah, 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 right? So Howard buys it. He says for $800.
$800.
$800 he buys it for, right? From the music store guy. Then he's showing it to me. Suddenly he knows this is Steve Miller's guitar. How does he know that?
I have no idea.
Yeah. So how does he know that's Steve Miller's guitar? It is Steve Miller's guitar. But what he did is he sent somebody in with it, had him sell it to the music store, but he put in that request a week before and he remembered it and he knew it was a quick sale. So
Hey,
Ah,
Randy.
So
Hey, Randy.
that guy sold it to him for $6. He sold it to him for $8. He made
Yeah.
$200 in a day.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
This guitar is famous too.
Wow.
That's
wait
a
a minute,
Kramer.
man.
Whose is that?
That's-
That was Sam Kinison's guitar. in his
somebody
Wild
stole
Things
that out of my house.
Somebody stole it out of your house?
Yes.
Holy shit.
I went to visit Bill and I ended up with a nice guitar. Thanks, Bill.
Wow, that is nice. Oh, it was you.
That was Sam's guitar on the Wild Thing.
Wow, that's
Well-
cool. That's what he was playing? That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and Wild Thing it was, yeah.
You know,
I want to tell everybody that Randy Hansen, you're white, right?
yeah.
Okay,
partially.
that's got to be Randy Hansen then. And in Sam's opinion, my opinion don't mean anything. In Sam's opinion, he was the best guitarist he ever heard in his life. And Sam played with some great ones.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
he told me many times, not only that, he would tell other people, said Randy Hansen's the best I've ever played with. Now, I
Well,
moved to Texas.
I knew some things about Sam that he didn't want out in public, and so I told him to say that,
First, I don't think Sam was ever worried about anything being said to him. But this guy, you guys, I'm telling you right now, man, you're talking to royalty here.
Yeah,
Randy Hansen.
do
you still do your Hendrix impersonation?
Yeah, I just got back from Germany doing it and everything. And
man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of different irons in the fire right now and everything.
Yeah.
I just did a music soundtrack for Mark Wahlberg's movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called
That's awesome.
Called Infinite. There's a guy in the movie who's they're suggesting is Jimi Hendrix reincarnated as a scientist. But he's a scientist, but he takes a little smoke break, and he's playing the guitar. But they fucked up. They made him playing right-handed. And I was like, if I would have been there, I would have said, no, you need to flip that guitar over lefty, because you can't see his fingers in this shot anyway. But it's me playing. It's me playing with. And he's supposedly playing the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Only he's playing it like when he played the Star Spangled Banner,
Yeah, I heard him do that.
Yeah, so that's
a good movie.
What I did for it. Yeah.
But I watched that on Paramount Plus when they released it before they put it on 4K. That was a good movie. Really had a good story and everything.
Yeah, that chase scene was pretty crazy. An indoor chase scene. Reminded me a little bit of the Blues Brothers movie.
Yeah. But I like stuff like that. It's always nice to have an action-packed film like that.
Yeah, you don't expect a car to be running through your office, at 60 miles an hour while you got to dodge, get out of the way of your desk.
Sure. Well, we understand that it's also your birthday coming up too on Friday, and you and Sam share a birthday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Yeah, it's the
I
same
didn't know
birthday
that.
as Sam. Me and Sam.
And Lark Williams. You remember Lark from Vegas?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So her birthday's on you guys' birthday.
Wow.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah.
Wow. You know who else's birthday it was Jim Morrison.
Yep. Oh, Sam would never let anybody forget that.
Yeah,
Him and Jim Morrison had the same birthday.
And Flip Wilson too.
Oh, Flip Wilson.
I didn't know about Flip.
Yeah, they're all sons. Really?
Yeah.
We're all sons. Kinison, Hansen, Flip Wilson, Morrison.
That's right.
That's wild.
Sons, yeah. Isn't that weird? I'm a SLAWSON.
So we're all God's children though anyway, right?
That's
right.
right.
That's right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna let you guys, because I've been dominating this. I'm gonna let you
Oh,
guys
that's all
go
right.
ahead with
Well,
Randy, man. But
God, I
He-
love
this made my night when John
Right,
called me
you
and
made
said
mine too.
Randy's gonna be on tonight. I said, "Oh, come on, man."
what
You
a
can stay
cool
on, Bill.
surprise.
It don't matter.
You blow me away.
I
Bill,
just wanted to see if you guys remembered each other because I thought how excited would it be to do this week? You know, I'm always
Oh, I would never forget Randy.
Yeah.
Never.
You
Dude,
either.
they don't understand life on the road. You get close.
Yeah.
sure.
You get close
I
when you're
remember
touring together.
I remember when Polly was with us, Polly Shore, and
Yeah.
his bits were great too, you know. But I remember backstage at, I think it was the Wiltern Theater, Sabrina and Malika were back there talking to him, and he was still acting like the weasel, you know. And
He still is.
and,
And he's 50 years old.
and Malika looks at him and she goes, "Cut the weasel shit."
That's it.
You know?
That's him in a nutshell. Probably sure.
Yeah, it was like, get real, will you? You know, you're not on stage anymore. Let's who's the real Polly Shore here? Who are you performing for? Why are you performing for us? Thing, you know.
Sabrina has her own comedy thing now. She does her own comedy.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah. I
if
bet
you-
she's
Right,
tearing
really?
it up.
Oh, I'd
Yeah.
love to hear that. I'd love to hear that.
I
She
don't
learned
think
from-
I do.
She learned from the best.
I don't think she learned either.
Oh, she did.
I saw a video of a person that kind of reminded me of Sam. There's a lady. I guess she's clarifies herself as a lesbian because I guess that's where she is. Her name is Bear Webb.
It's just like Sam and yeah.
Ron White mixed together. You ever heard of her, Bill, at all?
What's her name?
Bear Webb. She looks like Ron White and Sam. Ron White and Sam had a baby. That would be her child. I mean,
Honest to God, Bill, I'll send you the link, Bill. You'll die.
yeah.
Okay.
You hear her screaming. Yeah, it's
Oh,
amazing.
that's great.
Yeah, she's
She's funny.
So yeah, I mean it's
Well, you know what? One of the things I really dug about Sam was when he sang, and he could do the scream, that rock scream that everybody fucking wishes they could do, and everything and scream like you know, like Noddy Holder from Slade, or you know, he just could scream like fucking unbelievably easily, and it came easy to him, where other people, if they're doing that, they'd have to go get an operation, you know.
Yep. Yep. Well,
I
I used to, if you remember, I used to do Sam's sound checks because he wouldn't come down and do it. And so we were in Vegas.
Right.
He was with us, and we were in Vegas, and there was a band called the Dirty White Boys.
Yeah.
And they were part of this all-star, band behind Sam. And so after we did the sound check, they tried to get me to be their lead singer, and I go, "You're out of your mind. I'm 40 years. I'm 40 years old. And who's going to manage Sam? You going to pay me as much as Sam pays me? I don't think so."
Now, who was Sam? What was Sam's bodyguard's name? What?
Which one?
The one that clocked that guy on New Year's Eve. The guy kept on going, Sam, like this, and he go, "Leave Sam alone, Sam. I told you, leave him alone, Sam, bam, like that." And he just clocked him, and totally
was that Rick Jones?
No, I think he's the guy who went to prison. He went to prison. I think he might have come back out and said, "Hey, Sam told me you take care of him, or that he would take care of me," or something like that.
No. I know the guy you're talking about. He went to prison because he stole Sam's car.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, we went on tour.
Weird name, like Lyle or something like that. I can't remember what his name was, but I just remember him.
I don't know.
I was standing right next.
That's one that went to, but he did go to prison. So
yeah, the guy that was going like this, and yelling that, was standing right next to me. And next thing I knew, he was on the floor, and it was like, shocked the shit out of me. I've never seen a bodyguard do that to somebody before.
Were we in Phoenix at that time at a strip club?
No, we were in Vegas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we had a security guy that sucker punched a guy in a strip club in Phoenix while we were there.
Oh yeah. Probably
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
but
had
back
those.
in the day,
We had
you
those
could get
things.
away with
But
that
anyway,
shit.
later on, I was walking through the casino in Vegas, and this guy popped out of a doorway that I didn't even know there was a door there, and he comes popping out with his buddy, and his cheek was like just like way out here somewhere,
Oh God!
right where he got him, he just like bang like that, and he's just like,
Wait a
I
minute.
think
Was the
he
guy Korean? Gene Hall?
yeah, Gene, that's
Yeah,
him.
yeah. That was backstage at the Sands, I think.
Yeah,
And
that
him
was
and a little guy
backstage.
got in there,
Bam.
and
Oh, God.
sure enough, trouble started. And I remember he kicked this guy clear over the table. Gene did. Then you got this guy a little bigger than me, and so I take him down just to keep him out of it. But yeah,
Right.
that was at the Sands in Vegas. You're absolutely right, man. God,
Yeah.
bringing back memories.
That's freaky.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
That is awesome.
like I said, I felt like I was getting my cherry busted.
Just
Only
not
on Renegade Radio you can hear this stuff, folks. Only on Renegade Radio.
That's right. But we're happy that we're able to bring you guys together, because this is
Oh, it's great.
This is just who knew, I was just kind of worried that you guys, it's been so long, and it's like, how many stories do you remember, and all of a sudden Billy starts up with one, and it's
I
like,
think it's awesome.
That's
Those are
awesome.
great
That is
times.
awesome.
Those are
I
great
wish I would have
times.
been around there at that time, because I was just a little
Yep.
kid. I didn't know anything at that time.
I would love to hang out with you guys.
I don't know, man.
There's a special place.
You would have earned your stripes. I can tell you that.
There's a special place in my brain, and it's where all the Sam stories and everything are stored right here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and then just like, we were a troop out there. It was pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah.
I can't believe you guys were really that close, because I just thought maybe, watching that family entertainment thing, I thought maybe, I knew he sang with you a few times, but I didn't know you guys were all like that close, hanging out with each other. I really didn't.
Well, yeah. That probably the last couple of years, Randy, you traveled with us.
Do you remember
and
Jeff?
Randy, but yeah.
Do you
Had to be
remember Jeff?
at least the last 2 years.
Do you remember that guy that was my guitar roadie? His name was Jeff. He's kind of a
Yeah,
skittish guy.
yeah.
I think that we finished the world's longest guitar toss successful with a catch, because at one of those things in the round, I tossed my guitar as hard as I could, and I swear it was like about 30 yards or something like that, and he caught it, and it looked like it had to hurt, because the thing was just moving, when it hit and everything. And it was a Stratocaster. They're pretty solid, and he just bear hugged it as it got to him. and it didn't fall. I thought, when I threw it, I go, he's never going to catch that. Why did I do that? And he did. And I was like, oh my God, and I threw it as hard as I could, and it was a good long ways. I never seen anybody throw a guitar that far and have a roadie catch it. I've seen people.
How many guitars you have?
Bruce, how many do I have?
How many guitars you own right now?
He's got to have a truckload.
I got way too many, really, I do.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guitars from my history growing up, and I just romanticize about them. So whenever I see one that reminds me of my growing up, if it's for sale and it's a decent price, I have to have it,
That's awesome.
I got a bunch. Yeah, I got way too many. I'm going to start selling them all, I think. Because what am I going to do with them all? I can't play them all anymore.
What about that one in the picture behind Sean? That guitar.
This one right here.
This one that
I had to point in the right direction there. Down below.
It's like a Rickenbacker. Oh, that one that I'm playing there.
Yeah,
that's a Lefty Hendrix model. That guitar is over in Germany right now.
No kidding.
I keep a couple of guitars over there because it's hard to carry all this junk around.
Yeah, you guys, it seems like you go there like quite often, so overseas.
Yeah,
pretty big over there.
I have a duplicate of all my gear over there, so I don't have to bring.
Bill, do you realize how big of a superstar he is over there in Germany and
Oh
overseas.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I tell you, crowds upon crowds.
That
yeah,
does not surprise me.
they're different
I
over
was
there too. They're just
I was 70 years old. So I'm 74 now. I was 70 years old. I was still playing softball. I was on an all-star traveling team, and came there for a game, and we're all standing around there, and they keep talking about they went to a show last night. About 4 or 5 of them went to a show, and saw this Randy Hansen do a Jimi Hendrix thing. And one of them goes, "Bill, you know everybody. Did you know Randy?" And I go, "Did I know Randy?" Well, sit down because I'm going to hold court for about 30 minutes and everything. But man, you got a lot of fans out there, Randy. You still do.
you know, your brother, when he saw me, he came up. Did I ever tell you what he did when I met him?
I don't know.
He was at the Roxy with Leslie West. Leslie brought him to see
Oh,
me.
Leslie, yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm loading my 72 Impala big boat car with my Marshall cabinet, and I turn around, and Sam is coming out of the fog like a bogey movie. He's coming out of the fog, and he's coming right at me, and all I'm hearing is oh, 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 like that. And he gets up close to me, and he jumps down to my feet, and he goes, "Oh, you're Jesus, you're Jesus. Oh my God." And he's kissing my feet. He starts kissing my feet.
Oh God.
And then he jumps up right in my face. He goes, "You want to go to a party?" And I'm just like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And he goes, "I got it all written down right here. Meet me there in a half an hour." I went, "Okay." So I go down, and it's Peter Aykroyd's house. And I go to the front door, nobody answers. The lights are all out. I go to the back door, knock on the door, and nobody answers right away. But then I'm walking away, and this guy pokes his head out the door. And he goes, "Yeah, can I help you?" And I said, "There's supposed to be a party here." And he goes, "There's no party here." And I went, "Oh, okay." And I was about to call it a wash, and then he goes, "Come on in. I'm just pulling your chain. There's a party here." And it's Dan Aykroyd's brother, and I didn't know that it was Dan Aykroyd's brother or anything. And then
didn't even
Sam
know he had a
arrives with
brother.
CC DeVille.
Oh,
Yeah,
CC,
me either. So CC shows up with a bunch of girls, and Sam and Malika and Sabrina, and Sam starts telling me, "Man, I want you to be the band. I like to jam in my show. I play guitar and sing too." And he goes, "I like to jam in my show, and I want your band to be my backup band." He goes, and then he says this. He says, "I want to make your name a household name." That's what he said to me.
Wow.
I want to make your name a household name. And I'm going, why is he being so nice to me? And I go like, wow. And I just like, he blew me away right away. And he went about trying to do that, and the only thing that got in the way, we're both born on December the 8th. And I swear we were getting gigs on the same night. And we kept on getting gigs. We kept on getting gigs. And Sam said, "I already got a gig on that night." And I said, "Okay, I'll change my gig to a different night." So I would change my gig, right? And then Sam would call me back up and tell me, I'm really sorry, I had to change my gig. And I go, "What night to what night?" And he'd tell me, and it was the same night I just changed mine too. And I went, "Oh, fuck." I go, Sam, I can't call him back now. I already made him change it once. No, this happened repeatedly. This happened no more than, probably 5 or 6 times, to the point where I said, "Sam, I don't think we're supposed to be working together. I think we're supposed to be working the world, we're two different people working the world is what we're supposed to be doing, because we have the same birthday, and we're both brought up in Washington State, and there was a lot of similarities,
Yeah.
And I totally agreed with just about fucking everything that came out of his mouth. I was going, "Man, you are so right on. You don't even know how right on you are." But the subjects you're picking, the subjects he's picking, and the way that he chose to talk to people about it was fucking poetry. was great. I loved
Yeah,
it.
he's definitely the best.
Yeah, the best.
That's why it's
Was-
nice to
That's what I
talk
tell
about.
him. He was the best.
Yeah, it's always fun to talk about nostalgia.
It never got better than that. He could always make me laugh, you know, and I can't say that about most comedians. You know, I might get a good laugh out of a comedian once or twice during their bit, but I used to be in comedy, and when I was in Kid Chrysler and the Cruisers, and I played a character named Toad Murphy, and we had to make people laugh. So I know the difficulty in that. And Sam was fucking a master of it.
I wonder
Fucking
what you
great.
would think about the world today, you know, about everything that's going on. He'd have an opinion, I'm sure, you know, just like all the other comedians do, but I'm sure.
Oh,
his-
absolutely.
I think you'd say this: Biff has got the magazine.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Back to the Back to the Future reference. He gets that. Well, this has been awesome. I don't want to take up too much more of your time for both of for all.
Oh, it's great. I'm really touched that you wanted to even talk to me. So yeah.
Yeah,
great.
well, good.
and surprising me with Bill, that just blew my mind.
And
I
Rob-
love
Dude, I've missed you.
This is the best show ever, man, because you used to.
Well, you
Oh,
know,
we had a
Here,
great
Randy,
time.
you see my picture better now. Here's my
Family
picture better.
entertainment. That's amazing.
well, we
Well,
appreciate
that's
it.
that's my best friend
Yeah.
there, Randy.
All right.
And
That's
he just
great.
happens to look like Sam, but that's my best friend there.
That's really
Do
great.
anything for him.
All right.
And man, I can't tell you how you've made my day, week, month, year, just being able to see, because I've wondered about you so many times. Where are you at? What are you doing?
All
And
right.
just be able to see, man, I love you. You know that.
All right. I love you too, man.
Glad we
All
could
right,
make it happen
brother.
on Renegade
I don't know how
Radio.
Sean pulls this. I don't know how Sean pulls this shit off, but he does a good job at that. Good job,
I
Sean.
You know, I
Well,
cherish
look at him. He looks all handicapped. And so when they see him,
it.
they're like, well,
Right.
yeah, help the brother out, man.
Yeah, help a brother. Yeah, at least I'm poor, you know, whatever. I tell you.
He's like-
All right, guys.
he's like
We
one-
appreciate
he's
you.
good.
But
He'd
I
be
did
looking
ask.
like one. He'd be looking like one of Jerry's kids.
Sure. Bring that back, huh?
Give me the
Oh,
cure.
God.
Give me the
We
money.
appreciate you. Thanks.
Give me
and,
the
Randy,
cure. We
Happy
want the
birthday.
cure or the money. Give me the cure or the money.
Happy birthday,
The
guys.
The cure
All
or
right.
the money, Jerry.
That's
The
right.
cure or the money. All right, I love you, brother. Let's stay in touch. Let's stay in touch.
All right.
Thanks, Randy.
All right.
Thanks, Bill.
All right,
Bye.
love you, John.